Hello and welcome back to the channel where we will discuss how Barcelona have just thrashed Valladolid at home by 7 goals to nil. And this is absolute Hansi Flick ball on display. And I just cannot recall the last time Barcelona has won a game by a 7 goal margin or even just 7-0 flat out. But from the very moment the first whistle blew today, it just looked like an absolute domination session from Barcelona. The game started, Barcelona were pinning Valladolid back, and Valladolid were actually pretty well set up in the beginning. They had their team dropping back deep, and they were closing down spaces a bit more efficiently. Barcelona did create chances though. Dani Olmo hit the post early on, even though the net was open. It was pretty unfortunate that situation that Barca didn't score from that. But Barca kept pushing. Pedri was immense in the midfield. He was creating everything: back heel passes, forward through balls, you name it. Yamal as well. Koundé was making overlapping runs around him. Rafinha was pushing as he usually does. Lewandowski was looking good on the ball after a while. And throughout the first half, Barca was just absolutely dominant, and it took a Rafinha goal after a wonderful pass from Kubarsi to make it 1-0. Absolute pinpoint accuracy from Kubarsi, and this is why he is in the Barca team. He has those PK-esque attributes that a center back rarely has in the modern game, and he picked that pass out very nicely. He found Rafinha, controlled it well, and then Rafinha with a nice finish as well at the outside of his left foot, right around the goalkeeper. But once Barca made it 1-0, the Valladolid defense opened up and they just looked absolutely stretched out. There was a lot of space in behind. Barca's first 2 goals actually came in from over the top passes. The Yamal's pass for Lewandowski for the second goal was absolutely spectacular as well. And once Barca got those first 2 to 3 goals in the first half, it was just absolute smooth sailing for the team. And everyone in the attack, at least, even Koundé in the defense, got a piece of action today. Olmo got his goal finally for the sixth goal. Lewandowski scored. Yamal got 2 assists. Rafinha with a hat trick and an assist. And even Ferran Torres scored. And we know how Ferran Torres usually performs. He's not the greatest player, but it was just that type of day for Barcelona, that type of performance. And if you looked at the full match, like every second of it, you could see the camera pan to Hansi Flick sometimes, where the scoreboard would say 7 or 6 or 5-0 above him, and he would just be looking dead straight at his players with no smile on his face. He always wants more. He doesn't want to stop at 3, 4, 5 goals. He's always pushing for more. He'll go to 15 goals if it was possible. And this is what has been needed at Barcelona for a very long time. I think the relentless mentality is something that's been lacking, especially in the Champions League. If you look at Barca's losses that were comebacks from other teams like Roma 2018, Liverpool 2019, Barca didn't have that relentless mentality back then, and they suffer the consequences. So I think this is an important game for Barca to stamp their authority on the league now. They got the first 3 wins, and the third one being away at Rayo Vallecano. And now that they got the fourth here by this much of a margin at home right before the international break, it's going to really put some fear into the other top teams in La Liga, like Real Madrid, like Atletico Madrid, like even Bilbao and these other teams that usually push and compete. And I think that the way Hansi Flick has set up this team now, he actually hasn't needed too many more signings. He's done this spectacularly well with the players he's had, and there's been a lot of injuries. Mark Bernal has now been injured for the rest of the season. Christensen's out. Fati is out. There's a bunch of crucial players for Barcelona that are out now, and Hansi Flick continues to set up his team in a way where they can still dominate, they can still pin teams back, they can still create a bunch of chances. If you look at the stats today, Barca had literally 10 big chances, and usually in a football game that doesn't happen. Even Man City, they usually create 4, 5, maybe 6 big chances, but to see 10 big chances with 4 XG generated is something remarkable. Even if it was against Real Valladolid, it's a massive number of chances to create. And to be fair, sometimes Valladolid did get back through Barcelona because Barca did just play a high line. This is Hansi Flick football, of course. It's going to be more direct. It's going to be more attacking, and there will be a high line played and an offside trap. But Valladolid did get back behind us multiple times, and they couldn't capitalize. But overall, it wasn't too much to do for Ter Stegen. They only got behind the back line like once or twice, and some of those times were also offside. So it was absolutely wonderful from Barcelona today. Defensively, there even though they did keep a clean sheet and keep Valladolid out, there's still some improvements to be made in the defense. Sometimes Kunde got caught out by the left winger of Valladolid, and even though Barca does play a high line, there has to be a bit more structure to it and not allowing fast players in behind, because if once Barca goes up against Real Madrid and Bayern and the teams that they have to play that are high level teams, it's going to be difficult to maintain the fast players like Vinny Jr. or Musiala or Sane or whoever's playing. So it's going to be important for Hansi Flick to tweak these minor aspects. But attacking wise, Barcelona is looking absolutely immense right now. And with the creativity and control of Pedri behind that front four, it is very, very entertaining to watch. So let me know what you guys think. I think this is one of the most exciting Barca teams I've seen for a while. I've been watching this sport and supporting Barca for upwards of 10 years now. So this is one of the most exciting teams post the Messi era, post even 2017, to be honest. And there's an international break coming up. After the international break, Barca played Girona, and that's going to be an important game. That's going to be another big team that Barca face after they just faced Athletic Bilbao at home. So let's hope Barca can keep this form throughout the season, of course, but even after the international break, because we know how international breaks affect Barcelona. But let me know what you guys think and how Barca will fare in the upcoming matches.